Welcome to Boys in the Burgh, the podcast all about Pittsburgh. These boys, the city of Pittsburgh, and today visiting the city that is green.
It is very
the city.
green.
Yep, the city of Greensburg. And we are talking about the Greensburg Night Market today because JJ, who is one of the hosts, his name is JJ.
It is. I am JJ.
Yep, my name is Chris. And our North Carolina brethren has finally returned to the promised land for like 4 days before a hurricane came. And he was like, I got to go back.
I had to go hurricane proof the apartment because, man. But then it decided to do a complete 90-degree turn and not touch us at all.
Again?
Yep. We didn't get hit with any of it.
You didn't get any rain?
We got like sprinkles, but literally, like as we were coming down, the radar showed spinning and then just going out into the ocean. And we were like, son of a gun.
That's unbelievable. So, anywho, JJ, who is right here on camera.
Yes. Woo. Hi.
We're doing video recording for the first time. JJ, he made his way from North Carolina to Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, so he can be a part of our sister's wonderful day for her wedding. And luckily, you and I were groomsmen, and we had a good old time.
We did, and our wives were bridesmaids, which was fun for them too. It was a great wedding. I had a really fun time. How about you?
I had a really fun time too. But to give everyone a background, it was at Westmoreland Country Club. Everything was there. Beautiful wedding, beautiful bride, beautiful groom. So
he's a handsome man.
Yeah, and Westmoreland Country Club, I would definitely recommend anyone who's getting married there. Wonderful food that was there. What's that face for?
I mean, the venue was beautiful. I would definitely recommend it for the venue. I was a little worried when we were doing our rehearsal, whenever there were people still golfing while we were doing stuff. I was like, boy, I sure hope they shut this down for the wedding.
That was the one little caveat there. The fact that because it was at a country club, I think it was their first wedding that they'd done at a country club. So
what?
I swear our sister said that was their first time doing a wedding there. So basically they, luckily around 4:30, people were done golfing or at least respected the fact that there was a wedding going on. So they stayed out of the way, which was very nice. And just as the wedding ended, there's a par 3 that was directly behind the wedding. And luckily they waited until the ceremony was over and then they hit their golf balls.
Yeah, that was, I mean, literally the ceremony took place looking over the par 3, but it was beautiful because it was just rolling hills in the background. It was just, I found that funny, but it was a beautiful wedding. It was it was kind of funny being in the men's locker room area where there was just like random people who are members there just enjoying themselves. And we're just like, oh, hey, don't mind us. We're in our tuxedos walking around. They're like in their underwear, like, okay.
You're like, what are you doing in our club?
This is our club. Get at.
Yeah, but the food was great. I had a great time with the food.
Oh my God, dude! The what was it? The carrots and green beans? Is that what it was? It was like a brown sugar coated something or another. It was freaking amazing.
Oh, the carrots! It was like a maple syrup carrot. It was weird.
It was. You didn't like it?
No, it was good. It was weird, but good. But the thing that was weird is they kept like the end of the carrot on there, but so you can see like the green part. It's like they cooked that also.
That's totally fair. I feel that. I feel like I don't know. Maybe it was on there just to look fancy.
I don't know. Probably. All I know is it was a good old time. The food was delicious. I made one of the best decisions I've ever made at a wedding, which is switch out of my dress shoes into tennis shoes in the middle of dinner, and no one noticed.
I slipped into my Croc sandals.
Ooh, Crocs are great, aren't they?
They're so great. When I'm at work, so I work at WIC, so it's all like women's, infants, and children, pregnant women, and kids. They all wear Crocs, and I'm just so jealous. Like, man, I wish I could wear my Crocs in here. You guys look so cozy.
And so I don't want to get too off topic. So speaking of Westmoreland Country Club, Greensburg is in the city of Westmoreland. So when you did come down to visit, Listen, that's a good transition.
It's
I
a
don't
good
care what
transition.
it
That's
was
true.
good.
The county
Uh,
of Westmoreland.
yes. So you got to visit the Greensburg Night Market for the first time ever. So, any background that you have on the Greensburg Night Market? Did you do any research?
I did. I pulled up their website because they had a really cool little description. But the Greensburg Night Market's a fun, exciting place to shop local and support small businesses. In 2019, the Greensburg Night Market hosted the first market with just half a block in downtown Greensburg and 28 vendors. Since then, the night market has expanded and grown to host over 150 vendors around 4 blocks of South Pennsylvania Avenue in downtown Greensburg, and has live music, food trucks, and kids activities. That is so true. We just kept walking. It was blocks long, dude.
Greensburg it's one of those cities where a long time ago when I went to college, I saw potential in Greensburg and it wasn't ready yet. And it was still in the embryo phase. Like it was still cooking. And then all of a sudden the little like dive bars started closing down, and then all of a sudden craft brewers started moving in, and then I like when I saw a place there, it was like I forget, it's something to do with bowls, Accio bowls or something. I know that's a Harry Potter word,
Akio bowls.
but it was Accio bowl, but it was called something. They had like salads and subs there, and the area had like a nice green turf down there and everything, and like
Green turf?
yeah, they had green turf and cornhole and all that, and I was just like, this is like what Greensburg should be, and it's getting there.
It really is. I think one of the biggest things that, as far as the food scene goes, like everyone knows Joey O's. Everyone knows. If you don't know Joey O's, you should go learn Joey O's, which is a great pizza place. But there's that. I think it's called East Street something. There's a restaurant that they do all gluten-free foods on their menu, and it's one of the first
Little
ones.
E's?
Little E's, yes, yes.
Yeah.
It's one of the first places that I've ever known to do gluten-free stuff in Greensburg, and I think that kind of set the tone for the food scene.
Yeah, and the food scene is getting better. The place where Rialto's used to be, it's something else now. But the food is delicious, even though I don't remember your name. But it's a delicious food. Um, Invisible Man Brewing down there, and just Yellow Bridges, which originated in Delmont. Just a lot of good places that are starting to make their residence there, and just letting Greensburg. Because when you walk into downtown Greensburg, it is like, and I said this before, in like I did a internship a long time ago that was like doing advertising for Greensburg. It was. I'll get there. It was like big city feels small, big city feel in a small town.
That's
It
right.
was something.
I remember when you did that.
Yeah, and is that not true when you're walking around?
Oh, it's so true. I think one of the biggest things that it's not the unsung hero of Greensburg are the colleges. Pitt at Greensburg, Seton Hill. Seton Hill has that giant art institute in downtown Greensburg now. There's definitely more coalitions going on in the actual city, not just outside of the city. So it's kind of, I think that was a big thing that whenever you said earlier, it was like an embryo. It was just starting to grow. There was such pushback on, well, if these college kids come down here, it's going to change everything, and it did, and it's a positive change for the most part.
Yeah. What's that? What's that like bus called that runs from Seton Hill to the top all the way down to the city of Greensburg? What is that bus called?
The Shoodle. Gotta love the Shoodle.
Shoodle.
Oh my gosh. That's because you and I were in school at the same time in Greensburg, but we were on the outskirts, being just far away enough where, you were close to like Dino's when it was open, and like that strip area. I mean, like that strip mall area. Okay, so quick story. I told a friend of mine at work, hey, I was down at the strip district in Pittsburgh, and they looked at me like, you went to a strip club with your wife? I said, oh, you don't get it.
It's hard to tell people what the strip district is, and they just don't get it. And I get that. I actually am doing training. I was doing training in East Liberty for work, and there are people that got flown in from Virginia, and it was hard to describe that to them because a lot of them thought the same thing. Oh, you're going to a strip club? No, you don't get it. It's a food scene and entertainment and alcohol and wiggle whiskey. Everything is down there.
And that's something that Greensburg does not have, but this night market is bringing in fresh food from farmers markets, farmers from around the county. And I think that is huge for that city.
It is. Now, we're saying very many positive things about Greensburg. Let's just get the negative out of the way. The
Sure.
parking is atrocious.
Oh, I didn't even think about parking. I was going to say something else. But parking
The
is
parking
bad.
is absolutely terrible. It's like,
I mean, now there is a parking garage though.
there is. I don't know if the parking garage was filled. All I know is I parked by the Amtrak station where you get off of the Amtrak. If people don't know, it's across from the Seton Hill University entrance. There's a big parking lot there. That's where you go to get off of the Amtrak. So just so people get that little lesson there. So basically, just like that is where I parked. Other than that, parking is atrocious. Like, where did you end up parking?
We ended up parking in the garage because we went to every parking lot in that area. In that area, and they were all full. So we parked in the garage. I think it was like $3 to park there, which is not bad at all. In retrospect, it's $15 to park over at our beach here.
No, in all of reality, $3 on a Thursday night where a popular event is happening, that's not terrible.
No, and you're there for a while because just like just like in the description, it is 4 blocks of live music, tons of shopping. Like one of the first things you do when you turn that corner, because it starts right at the corner where that parking garage is at. There's that big pickle something, but they do all those like different foods and stuff like that right in the corner.
The Pickled Chef,
Yeah.
which is so the Pickled Chef, if I could get the other positive yet negative thing out of the way. The Pickled Chef is just like, it looks like it's these local people who just make grilled cheeses, and they bring a what's it called? The stovetop thing. And it's, you know what I mean? A griddle.
Yeah.
Blackstone.
Blackstone. I couldn't think of it either. Blackstone, yes.
So they bring a Blackstone thing, and these grilled cheeses are just so popular. There's 2 different ones they have. It's like a pickle grilled cheese where they spread like a pickle sauce on it, and then there's another one where it's like applewood bacon, something like that, and they spread some kind of jelly on it too, and it's delicious. And it is super popular. Here's the problem with it being super popular. It's like there's like an 11-year-old running the cash register, and and there's one man that's making maybe 30 grilled cheeses at a time, I want to say.
Now that, like, if you're going to your local Chinese restaurant, when you see the little kid on the counter, you know that food's going to slap. But in that situation, no, that's not a good time.
So it's a huge lineup of people. They're not turning over people fast enough. So it's just one guy who works on that grill, and he just flips the sandwiches over, and they call people out by their name. They take their grilled cheese. So
yeah, they call it in an aggressive way too.
Yeah, because they don't have enough people or enough grills. So when I got there at like 5 o'clock, I immediately went to the grilled cheese place because I was like, this place is going to get packed. I maybe waited 10 minutes still, which actually isn't that bad. And just like, that's the only thing. They're super popular, but there's not enough of them. And there's an 11-year-old working the cash register.
Which good for them. I feel like that's a really good spot to be in because there is so much room to wait. Where the further in you go, it's all just like tent after tent after tent after tent. There, it's right on the corner, so you can form a line all the way down the sidewalk, and it wouldn't matter.
I don't exactly know how it works. I would have to ask somebody. But basically, I don't know if you got to pay more money if you are at that prime spot, because that looks like to be the entrance. And then maybe it's like less money the further down you go down the street. So, and also to give people perspective, this place this market, it just keeps going and going and going. And you're just like, when is the end? And it is true. There's live music playing. There's some beer vendors that are out there that have beer, and it's great.
There's live music at every block. Each block has a different band.
Yeah, there was a
I was
right
shocked,
at the
man.
yeah, at the library. They had someone up top playing music.
They had they almost seemed like the town troubadour. If anyone watches Gilmore Girls,
The Gilmore Girls, yes, of course. They had a bunch of town. What was the word?
troubadour.
Troubadour. Yeah, they had a bunch of town troubadours just
Just
at
doing
every
their thing.
single block. But are there any shout outs you want to give to some vendors?
The gluten-free bakery that I believe is in Greensburg. That was one of the first things that we found. And Katie, as you know, my wife has celiac, so she can't have any wheat. I try and support that any way I can. And they have gluten-free pizza rolls, oh my god, dude, like so much gluten-free stuff and some pumpkin rolls, like all this great stuff. The food's amazing. So shout out to them and the Kitty Cafe that was right across the way.
Oh yeah, the Incatfinated.
Yeah, that one. That's cute. I like that too.
I've never been in there. I do want to go in there.
Yeah. You haven't yet and you live there? Come on now.
I know. But a lot of great places. I think the Pickled Chef I got to give a shout out to. Invisible Man Brewing, they did have beer going on there. They had a tent that was like in a parking lot, and I did get one of their beers there, which was very good. It was like a very hoppy
I was
beer.
gonna say it was good, but really, really hoppy.
Mm-hmm. And you got a apple pie margarita.
Yeah, Katie got us. I think it was just called an apple cider margarita, but I'm allergic to apples if they're raw. So this guy created this. If it's the oil. If the oil is cooked out of it, I'm
Are
safe.
you the family of diseases?
They're not diseases. But you know, the guy made the thing, and I saw him put the apple in Katie's, and I was like, "Excuse me," and he just dunked it right into mine. I was like, "I can't drink that, sir."
Yeah, but I do have allergies to some stuff. You know what I'm allergic to?
What?
Nothing. I'm not allergic to anything.
Must be nice.
I do have problems during the changing of the seasons. That's my only like allergic thing that I have, where I just start breathing very heavy because I can't breathe through my nose.
Oh,
So
poor
I'll be at,
baby.
yeah, poor me, and I'll just be at work, and then all of a sudden I'm just like, and they're just like, "What are you doing?"
You would hate it down here in the spring because it is so thick. I'm talking like clear to half an inch of just leaf dust all over the place.
Disgusting.
It's nasty. It turns the ocean waves green in Myrtle Beach.
Ew,
Yeah.
it's pretty gross.
Oh,
And then, oh, go ahead, you go.
I was gonna say shout out to the library. There was so much stuff going on right around that library, and they were like still open. Super cool. Like it was really cool to see that.
That's also the other cool thing is like a lot of businesses are still open that nobody really gets a chance to go into, because I still think Greensburg in a way is still not a place for me where it's just like, it's Saturday night, let's just park in the city and walk around. It's still not that city to me yet, in my opinion, but I think it's going to be, because when you're in the night market and you walk around, there's ice cream places open. It's the first time I found out Millie's was there, like Millie's ice cream. And there's a place called Deviate, which is a coffee shop that's there that I've only gone into maybe twice, but it was right there on that strip, doors open. You could have walked right in.
Well, let's be honest. When you and I were in college, there was Mr. Toad's, there was Badges, and there was like 2 other bars you can go to, and that was pretty much it. Rialto's, I think they had like a like dance thing behind Rialto's too, but like this is like what a city has. Like you know, whenever you see ice cream places going in, that means that it's about to get real. That means people are going down there just to get ice cream. Oh yeah, it's gonna be a good time.
Did I tell you what my signs of gentrification is?
No, but I'd love to hear it.
Okay, my signs of gentrification is high priced apartments and breweries.
That's pretty spot on. Not ice cream?
I didn't think about ice cream, but I remember back in the days, yogurt used to be a very popular thing.
Oh, not Mr. Toads.
It was called like Sweet Frog or
Sweet
something.
Frog. Oh my god, dude. We saw a Sweet Frog when we were in Charlotte this past weekend, and we were like, it's too early to stop, but oh my gosh, we miss Sweet Frogs.
Yogurt. Who's ever heard of yogurt? Yogurt the Great. Yogurt the Wise. Come on, guys. I'm just plain yogurt.
Movie references.
every time I make a smoothie in the morning, I put Greek yogurt in it. I just grab it. I'm like, who's ever heard of yogurt?
Outstanding. Oh, that's hilarious. I haven't watched that movie in so long. But
People don't know Spaceballs. It's a very classic movie.
oh yeah, go watch it right now. If you don't like Mel Brooks, then don't watch it. But it's great. Let's talk about the fact that we were walking around for a hot second, and then you and I went. And we started to sniff around and went, "There's kettle corn somewhere. We must find it."
There was kettle corn, and we all thought you were crazy at first because we were walking around too, and we were just like, I smell it. I think it's like when you put something in someone's head and you're just like, I guess that's the smell. And then next thing you know, I started picking up my nose too. I was just like, I smell it as well. And then how did we not notice the giant cauldron that was there?
Which it's so funny because kettle corn is literally oil, salt, sugar, and corn. That's all it is. It's so easy to make, but they can charge you $10 for it because they're making it.
And it's their special way of making it. Who knows? Maybe they add a little bit of something in there.
Crack cocaine because we were crushing that on the ride home.
Yeah, it was delicious. And our parents got kettle corn, and our dog was staying at our parents' house for the neighbors to take care of her. And I went to get some kettle corn, but I guess like the little twisty tie that was on there had a bit of like a wire sticking out, and it stabbed my finger and I started bleeding.
Oh my god.
I know. I guess that was my mistake for going into like a stranger's home and being like,
Little snake snack.
I'm gonna have a little snaky snack here. Boing. Ah!
Your dog was so cute. Katie and I ran into the house real quick to grab just our we did go down to the strip district because we had like an hour and a half. And this was the day after the night market. So ran to the strip district, went to what's the Italian market down there? Man, thank you. Penmac. I can never remember that. Ran to Penmac, got our cheeses because we got fontanella and provolone, got a bunch of stuff, gluten-free stuff, got our giant thing of olive oil. And it was at our parents' house when we were at the wedding. And whenever your dog was there, I was like, if this dog eats any of this food, I'm going to have to eat the dog.
And you easily could. She's only 6 pounds. Like you could, Chris and I always make a joke that she's going to like be taken away by ants and she's going to have like a small apple in her mouth as she's being taken away.
That's hilarious.
But she didn't eat anything. She usually just chills and keeps to herself. And then like you probably walked into the house and she was just like, oh my God, I can't believe it. People are here.
I was expecting her to bark and freak out, but she like got down and then we walked over and gave her pets and she was just wagging her tail and following us around.
Oh, she's a good girl.
She is. And then we had to leave and she did not like that.
No, and she barked.
She freaked out a little bit.
Yep, that's her.
But something cool. I know we're going to go back to the night market in 1 second, but that weekend, the Pittsburgh Steelers were in Ireland. So in the strip district, there was a ton of Ireland stuff down there for sale. So we got a little hat and shirts and stuff like that.
Speaking of that, when I was in East Liberty these last 3 days, I actually saw, like, it was on the news that they actually have a little area where there's a TV set up and everything, like an outdoor TV, and they had a Steelers watch party.
Oh, get out of here. That's cool.
Yeah, it felt like I really enjoyed having a morning game like that. To us, it kind of felt like Indianapolis all over again, like going to the Indy 500.
I like that. That's a good comparison.
It is good because it just felt like such an event, but nobody was there. Like you would drive past like Permanis at 10 in the morning and it was packed.
That's so cool. It's so great that they opened early so that people can go in there and like watch the game.
Yeah, it was super cool. And uh, you also got to go to the Permanis in Greensburg again.
Yes, and they have gluten-free bread now. Oh man, so exciting.
What do you think would happen if you asked for gluten-free bread in the Strip District one?
They'd be like, "What the hell is gluten?
What's this glutton?
Are you saying I'm gluttonous?" No. Now the one in Greensburg, that was another big place that we used to go to a lot back in the day, but that Permanis has always been really good when it comes to food, service, everything.
They have not changed their beer special on Thursdays ever since I've been to college, which that's 10 years ago at this point.
Don't fix what's not broken, I guess.
I know, $4 tall Yinglings.
Can't beat that with a baseball bat.
And all right, so back to the night market a little bit. Was there anything else that you kind of noticed that was just like, I don't know, just blew your mind?
College kids are weird, man.
I don't know. They seem pretty sus to me.
They say they are something else, dude. There was, and now listen, I'm gonna say this, but really, go live your lives, go have fun, go do whatever. If you're gonna be out in public wearing a horse mask, though, just be prepared for people to look at you. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, 6'7".
So, I couldn't believe that. I was like, but college towns are like that. There are anthro people. There are people wearing tails. Like it's college towns have like if you go to Pitt, that's how Pitt is sometimes.
That I don't know. It's just that generation. I don't hate. I don't love. I'm just, you do you. Like it is your life. You do what you want.
Exactly. Just make it the right choice.
Yeah. So yeah, the horse girl did kind of blow my mind a little bit. But other than that, I think what always blows my mind is how big it is. Not the horse mask, like the streets of like how far down it goes, and it keeps going and going. And I remember like when I did my internship for Greensburg, I actually had to park in that police department that's way down at the bottom of the end of that strip and walk all the way towards like where the Palace Theater is. And my commute walking is literally the size of the night market now.
That is insane. And honestly, that is like probably a good couple minute walk if you're just kind of huffing it, you know?
Yeah. And yeah, really, honestly. And I'm also doing this thing for work where it's called Walktober, where you try to get 6,000 steps in a
Good
day.
for you. Okay.
Yeah, it's not going well.
Oh no. Whenever you have an office job, it is hard to get those steps in.
Oh, it's so hard. Sorry, I didn't mean to get off topic for a second, but just to kind of mention, just like walking like that and just realizing, like, me especially going down memory lane, I'm just like, damn, this place has gone huge now.
Oh yeah. No, it totally makes sense. I only went down to downtown Greensburg if I was visiting you or if we were going out. So, to me, Greensburg is basically one big hill up and one big hill down. That is downtown Greensburg. So you are huffing it up those hills when you're walking.
Man. And so if you were to ever go back to the Greensburg Night Market again, is there anything different you would do? Anything, any places you would visit more, or any kind of drinks you would try?
I would give us more time because we kind of we gave ourselves a time limit to go meet at Permani Brothers, and like there was not enough time to see everything, look at everything. We walked into one shop, and it was like a little like gypsy shop, which was really cool. But I would just give yourself a couple hours to walk around because you're going to need every minute of it.
Yeah, the one thing that's hard about the Greensburg Night Market is you can't really go with a group of more than 4 without just people stopping, looking at something, and then next thing you know, you're across the street and you're just like, where'd my party go?
It was me, you, our wives, our brother, his wife. And we actually met up with Sarah Hunter, the artist. So if you are ever in Greensburg and want a good artist to do some amazing stuff for you, Sarah's there. Um, and then we had our parents. So that was a big group. We had a lot of people walking around.
Yeah. If you are forced to go with a big group, take your time. Just know you're going to see everything you're going to want to see. Just take it slow. My other suggestion, get there before it opens.
Oh, yeah. Park and get yourself ready, first off.
Like, park, go to any bar that's there. Invisible Man is usually one that I usually go to. It's right next to the Palace Theater. It's actually where the nightclub was at Rialto's. It turned into its own restaurant. And maybe
Oh.
get a bite to eat somewhere or whatever. But like I would
Or an appetizer so you can eat at the market.
Yeah, or get an appetizer. So just like that's my biggest suggestion because I did that one time. Carissa and I were both off of work that day, and just we showed up early, and everything was smooth sailing.
You know, I totally forgot to mention this. And I'm sure you saw this too. Did you see the sweater stand that had like the fall sweaters and everything? And then there was one that said Pittsburgh Sports, and it was a yellow football helmet on a football field. But it was like, that is my favorite thing, is finding stuff like Pittsburgh soccer, like that. You know what I mean? Like there's no
That
names on it.
that is the strip district through and through. Like this Steelers logo, like it would have this on here, but it would say Pittsburgh instead of Steelers.
Right? Yes.
Little loopholes to get through.
Oh, it's outstanding. I love it. I saw that stand and I was like, I wish I had time to go back and look at the other stuff they have there.
Also, the other thing, Yinzer Valley Farms. Our father went to Yinzer Valley Farms, and they're known for their Bloody Marys. And our father got a Bloody Mary with like peppers, like on a toothpick. It was like a pepper, cheese, pepperoni, goat, bumblebees, like everything that you could think of to throw on there. They just threw on that toothpick. So that was pretty cool. So if
Did you
I
like
were to
it?
go back, yeah, we loved it.
Did you like it when you tried it?
I tried a sip, and I think if I was sipping on it, I think I would have enjoyed it. That's why I was gonna say if I were to go back, I'd probably get a little bit more creative with a drink, or commit myself to getting food that's not the pickled chef, so I'm not waiting for 3 hours. So, I would commit myself to trying new stuff, which is what's great for like in amusement parks. There's like rideability, which means you go on the ride once and you get one and you miss something on it the first time, so you ride it over and over again. That is the Greensburg Night Market. It is rideability as humans, I guess.
There was one part that shocked me. We were walking back and there was a catering company that was selling like their catered foods, and they were like getting cleaned up and they started lifting up their lids. They had lobster rolls, they had lobster tail, they had shrimp. And our brother Nick looked at me and was like, well, damn it, I didn't know this was all here.
I think that place was called the 11, maybe something
think so,
like that.
yeah.
Yeah, so because they're usually a big restaurant that usually just they have like a quick like catering thing down there. So Greensburg Night Market, I give 8 out of 10 just as soon as they get their parking situation taken care of. Maybe like assign certain parking lots to the event. Maybe even like have signage down there that says like, hey, the event parking here. Even if they got to force people to pay for parking somewhere, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
make it $5 and make that $5 a donation towards expanding the night market. Even something like that. I know that would piss a lot of people off, but that's what we live in now. If something gets too big, it is what it is.
I will also give it 8 horse masks out of 10 because of the crossing guards that were working there stopping traffic so people can walk through the busy street. So that was pretty cool.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of community involved. So yep, that's what we say about Greensburg. So from the town of Green to the Emerald City.
Yeah, man.
You and your wife Katie went to Charlotte, right?
Yeah, the Queen City, Charlotte.
And you got to see Wicked the musical. And I know this isn't a Boys in the Burgh thing, but how about this? Wicked is coming to the Benedum Center, so this can be a little bit of a
Ooh,
preview for people who are on the fence of seeing Wicked in Pittsburgh. So, JJ, I give you the emerald carpet to go ahead and explain everything and tell us why you couldn't be happier.
Oh, that was good. You prepared that one.
I didn't. I really didn't.
Well, that was very smooth. It was. I suggest if it is coming to the Benedum, I don't know when it's coming there, but go see it. It is a really, really good show, especially if you're into musicals and you have like, if you know a little bit about Wicked, if you've seen the movie, or if you don't know anything about it and you like musicals, you'll love it. It is a very, very fun. You'll laugh, you'll cry, you'll make funny noises. It is just absolutely incredible of a show. And Charlotte, so it's Charlotte from Wilmington's about a 3.5 hour drive, and it's usually just
Okay.
one road. So, like, we went to downtown, we stayed in a hotel right next to the theater. We had a really great dinner right across from the theater. It was just a wonderful date night, and stopped and got some coffee beforehand. But the Benedum is and Heinz Hall is definitely a different, like, old school feel, where Charlotte is more of a newer, bigger city. I think it's like what, top 6 cities in the United States is Charlotte now?
I noticed that because you showed me a picture of what the outside of the venue looked like. It looked like it should be in, I don't know, like Los Angeles or something.
Yeah, well, so Wake Forest College is in downtown Charlotte, and that's where that was. That theater was in Wake Forest.
I never knew that.
I found out this past weekend. So that was cool. But I mean, now I showed you pictures of inside the theater too. Like, there's a big old dragon that, like, whenever Elphaba does her powers, it goes. "Bwah!" So that was pretty fun.
So, anything that you probably seen Wicked for the first time, right?
Live, yes. I watched the movie, and that was my first time watching anything about it, other than you
No,
showing me clips of it whenever it first came out.
no, I'm talking about, you haven't seen the whole thing, so you kind of got a spoiler of what's going to be coming out in the movie.
The ending had both Katie and I looking at the screen, looking at the stage, like, "Are you kidding me? That's how they end this? No, that's not right. There's more coming, right?" And like they ended it. I was like, "Wow, that's."
Good. Tell them. Just tell them how it ended.
I don't want to
It'll be
tell
fine.
them. I think y'all should
It,
go watch it first.
no, no. Tell them how it ends. This is a. I'm a very spoiler kind of person. I'm just like, if I can find Doomsday, Avengers Doomsday on like a legal streaming thing, I would find it and watch it.
Do you know how it ends?
I do know how it ends.
And well, fast forward like 30 seconds if you don't want to know how it ends. But really, they end it with stinking Elphaba going, "Okay, I guess let's go into hiding now."
Yep, that's how it ends.
What?
But she gets to be with Fiero at the end.
Fio's
That's
a
what matters.
scarecrow. He ain't got no
He's
man
a
parts.
He- but it's wild because like I think it insinuates that Glinda thinks that she's dead, and it's the fact that like she went to be like, "Hey Glinda, like, hey, this was a whole ruse and everything," and the Scarecrow
Same
was
guy.
just like, "No, you can't tell her. If you tell her, this will ruin everything." And I think that was a pretty like shocking ending. I know you see it through that lens, but I think that's also the other lens to look through it as, just like, you like, she can't know you're alive.
Why?
I don't know. Watch the end. I don't.
The wizard goes back home to, what is it, Omaha, Nebraska.
Omaha.
What's her face goes to jail, the big bad lady, Morble, who is horrible. Like, everything is fine, and then not Elphaba, oh my god, Glinda, almost said Mildred. Glinda, Glinda's like in charge of everything. Like, everything is cool. So like, why? What? I don't know. I liked it though. It was a brain teaser. It has thinking all night. Like, what the heck?
Yeah. Do you think the ending of the movie is going to play around with that a little bit?
Yes, because they're putting 2 original songs in that weren't in the musical.
Yeah.
Who knows? Who
I
knows what they'll do?
I I think they'll try and play around with it a little bit, and it might be the same ending, but they might give a little like uh pizzazz to it. You know what I mean? Just like I don't know. We'll have to see what John Chu has in store for us.
He's a pretty dedicated director to making sure everything is like up to speed. So I feel like if he does something different, it's gonna be really good.
Yeah. Sorry to everybody. I told JJ not to spoil the end of the movie for us, but he decided to spoil it for us anyways.
That is not what you said. Let's talk about the fact that the songs in part 2. So part 1 songs are really good, and the whole time, like as we were watching the show, we were like, "Oh, okay, yeah, we know this song, I know this song, I know this song." Part 2 starts, and the happiness song plays, and it was like, "Oh, okay, that's sad, but it's pretty fun." And then out of nowhere, it is the freaking the wizard, like, "Oh, look how silly I am." Oh, oh,
Yuck,
what?
yuck. And then Alpha was just like, I should kill you right now. And he's just like, not after we dance.
I was like, this makes no sense. Why? So I think that kind of stuff, that's gonna change in the movie. It's gonna be a little bit more dramatic.
I don't know. Did you watch the trailer? They showed
Kinda.
like Glinda and Alphaba dancing with the wizard in like some kind of like disco. It looks like.
Yeah, we'll see. I don't know. I don't know. It's gonna be great though. Like watching the trailer and hearing the songs, like snippets of the song that they're gonna sing. Like it's like my brain was like, I can't wait. I want to watch it.
I'm so glad on video we have you going, oh yuck, yuck.
I'm the wizard and people love me. I should kill you, wizard.
So let's give okay, first I'm sorry for people that are just like, what are they talking about? I listened to this for Steelers football and this is what I'm getting. So Steelers 3-1. Hey, look at us. Bye week and everyone loses in the AFC East. What a great AFC North. What a time to be alive.
I know. We got freaking what's his face going from the Browns to the Bengals. We're gonna be playing him this week. Oh no, a couple weeks.
Joe Flacco.
Joe Flacco. That's right.
Yeah. So okay, sorry. So what is a favorite song from the first act?
The Wizard and I.
Yeah, that's a very good one.
It's so
hence
solid.
may I say better than Defying Gravity.
Defying Gravity is the one that brings people in, but you'll stay for the Wizard and I.
Yeah. And then second act, what was your favorite? Oh, let me get mine. Wizard and I. I'll say that. What is your favorite for the second act?
You too for Wizard and I?
Well, you made me think about it. Now I'm thinking. Hold on.
Because Popular is pretty good too. I'd put that number 2 on that list.
Yeah, Popular is a fun song. I'll stick with the Wizard and I. That's a good one.
What is your part 2?
Okay, my part 2 is Not For Good because that song's boring.
I think we may have the same favorite one then.
So, As Long As You're Mine is really good. What the heck? No Good Deed Goes Unpunished. That's actually pretty good. There's actually a song that's in there that is like a filler song, but I really like. And when I saw it in Pittsburgh, that's when I was like, oh, these people are into this. Like the song is called like Witch Hunters or something. And they do a song where they're like, yeah, and that's when like the Tin Man, he's just like, she turned me into steel or whatever. And like everyone's like ready to like kill this girl. So, that's a good one. But I'll say what was the one I said? No Good Deed Goes Unpunished. That's really good.
I agree. Man, the emotion behind that song is spellbinding. It's incredible.
Yeah, I mean, they got rid of Fierro's, parts and turned it into hay.
Well, I mean, like, I always, when we first heard that song, my first thought was like, who hasn't been there in their lives where if you know what, if this is what people think of me, I might as well just become this person then, because what's the point of even trying? And that's essentially what that song is. And I feel like that just hits on so many levels as humans, you know?
Yeah, no, agreed. And as they say about Wicked, uh, the whole plot is basically the one line from the movie The Grinch. It's because I'm green, isn't it?
There's our Pittsburgh connection.
No, but everybody who is thinking about going to see Wicked at the Benedum, sorry we ruined the ending for you, but you could see the build up of how they get there. So it's a fantastic musical to go and see. I definitely suggest seeing it. Support your artists or artistes who are going to be on that stage. But other than that, is there anything else you want to add?
I have one question for you, and that is, what was your favorite show you've seen at the Benedum?
Oh, wow, great question. Um,
We'll do a Benedum episode, but I'm just curious.
I've seen a couple stuff at the Benedum. I've seen The Lion King, Wicked, and I really got to go back. I don't remember. It's pretty much those two things. I've seen a lot of comedians like at like Heinz Hall, like Aziz Ansari and um, John Mulaney wasn't there. He was at PPG Paints. But I'll go with The Lion King. I think The Lion King was really good.
I would agree with that. Actually, we saw The Lion King when we first started dating our now wives.
That's the show I'm talking about then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That show was great.
Wait,
My favorite's Hamilton. We saw Hamilton at the Benedum. That was a lot of fun.
that's what I saw. I saw Hamilton. Because I was trying to think. There was another show I saw, and Hamilton was really good. But if you're someone like me, you have to listen to the soundtrack first, or else you're gonna go in there cold and be like, I don't know what's happening.
They rap so fast. It's hard to keep up with it if you don't know what's happening.
Yeah, I know. What's the one guy do? He's just like, I'm going on records, running them blood stains, not far yet.
Oh
I'm gonna
yeah,
stop it.
I can't even replicate because the dude's just like.
Yeah, they're very good. So, yep, Hamilton. I agree with that. Then,
Look at us agreeing on things.
yeah, look at us, so cultured.
Yeah. And so for those who live in North Carolina, definitely recommend going to the Belk Theater at the Blumenthal, I think is what it's called. But the Belk Theater in Charlotte is a great place to go watch some shows. There are a bunch of good restaurants around. There's a bunch of good bars around there. Great time. We stayed at the Doubletree Hotel 1 block down, and it was perfect. Just such a great time.
Yeah, awesome. So everyone, listen to those suggestions. You can also listen to us on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. You can leave that 5-star review. You can leave that comment, and you can subscribe to us as well. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube. You could go on there and you can see our latest updates and our first, finally, video podcast that we've done for the first time as you were looking away from the camera.
I'm sorry. My cat distracted me.
And you can find us on there. And yeah, I think that's all the housekeeping I have.
This was a lot of fun. I loved going to Greensburg. I loved going to Pittsburgh again. Christy's wedding was a great time. The show was a great time last weekend. Man, it's just been a lot of driving, but a lot of fun these past couple weeks.
Yes, and I'm sure you're ready for sleep.
Yes. Now, this weekend, real quick, I'm supposed to run a 5K for Christian Recovery House. We have a tropical storm hitting tomorrow or Saturday morning, the same day as the 5K, and they're not canceling it. So if you hear stories about crazy people running in the rain down here, it's probably me.
Yep, you're probably going to be one of those people that was just like, yeah, I like running in the rain. Just nobody's out here. It's a good time. Then you go to run away and you just slip and fall on your ass.
Oh, bitch. I knew the second you started that where that was going. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, best of luck on your 5K. And hopefully you don't get struck by lightning or Or as in Wicked, get caught up in a tornado.
I appreciate that. Caused by Might Marble. I also okay. We'll talk off air because I have one more question for you, but it's not related to this episode.
Okay, we'll leave you guys on that cliffhanger. So I've been Chris,
I've been JJ,
and we'll see you real soon.